Hi everybody. Sorry I've been away for a while. I've been quite busy with other things, but we'll crack on with. I've had one or two people a bit confused at my video about the blunt-blooded object, and Jerome sending me this information about the fact that Mark Wiegert, who is shortly going to retire, has an affidavit that was recently FOIA'd, Freedom of Information Act, obtained. One wonders why Kathleen Zellner's motion has been delayed. Well, I don't know that it's been delayed, but it was going to be imminent or fairly soon, and we still haven't had anything. So I would imagine that she is having a field day looking at this particular topic, because I mean it's huge. It's absolutely immense, the fact that there's this blunt-blooded object in the back of the RAV4. Oh, you know, there isn't. Oh, yes, there is. Oh, no, there isn't. Oh, yes, there is. Let's have a look. Here's the, oh, no, there isn't. There's nothing there. There's bloodstains, yes. There's no blooded object. Let's just have a, I'm absolutely sure about this. Okay, so here's the other view, the full view of the back of the RAV4. There is no blooded object there. Just to make absolutely sure. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Where's it gone? Ah, there we go. Yeah. Hope you saw all those, but there is clearly no blooded object in the back of the RAV4, blunt-blooded object, and that's interesting, isn't it? You know, what do they mean by a blunt-blooded object? Is it some sort of rock, some sort of piece of metal, or was it? Sorry, hold on a second. Is it a blunt-blooded instrument? Wow, could it be a guitar or a violin or an accordion? I mean, an accordion can cause fatal injuries, but usually not by being hit with one. Usually my playing of them can cause serious damage. But joking aside, you know, we need to know what the dickens is Mark Wiegert all about. You know, if he found that, or if that was found in the back of the RAV4, why isn't it there when these photographs are being taken? Interestingly, when it comes to the burn pit, I've always wondered, maybe photographs were taken of the cremains as they were found, and they simply got taken up by Tom Fassbender and put into his private collection of evidence, which he's, you know, Fassbender storage. He keeps hold of evidence. In the case of the CD, what was it, 12 years? Yeah. So one wonders. Recently, my wife has started watching Making a Murder again from the beginning. It's always interesting to go back and watch it. You can't watch it too many times. You'll pick up on little gems that you didn't realize. The whole idea of in series 2, you know, Kathleen Zellner talking about the fact Cuss Road, the end of Cuss Road. If you were planning a murder, that is one of the best places you could do. You could easily lure Teresa Hallbach to the end of Cuss Road. You could then do the business. You could then easily drive the car across, because there was an easy dirt track across at the edge of the field to Steve's caravan. You know, we've got reports of headlights being seen. Steve seeing headlights the very same night as he was heading off to Menards, and he managed to reopen the huge gash that he had on his finger and emptied, you know, all his, you know, plenty of blood onto the sink, which strangely the next morning had disappeared, but there was a scent of cigarette smoke. And that's interesting because obviously Steve being a non-smoker, non-smokers pick up on cigarette smoke straight away. Smokers, they don't notice it. To them, it's just normal. It's a little bit like, you know, if you're a dog owner, you know, you get used to the smell of the house with the dogs in, but for a stranger coming in, immediately they pick up, oh, you've got dogs. So at the beginning or early on in series 2, we obviously a lot of suspicion, and quite rightly so, is directed towards Ryan Hilgas. But really, could he have been the killer? It would have been a spur of the moment thing. And for all the things to fall into place, no, I'm not sure about that. For me, it definitely seems very planned, that people knew what they were doing. The problem then is, for me, is with Bobby. Do we really suspect that an 18-year-old is going to plan everything to this extent? Now, yes, fair enough. It does seem as if there were, various people involved in doing certain things at certain times and not even realizing that other people were playing the game as well. But for me, Bobby is very, very suspicious. At the very least, he perjured himself in the biggest murder trial that Wisconsin had ever seen. To say that he saw Teresa walking towards Stephen Avery's van and then never saw her after that, when apparently, again, we've got this affidavit that he says that it couldn't have been Steve. I saw her leave, which is not the thing, is it, that the killer would admit to? I don't think. That seems a bit bizarre. But definitely Bobby has got something to do with, at the very least, perjury at the trial, and therefore is, I'm sorry, is very much involved in seeing to it that his brother, his own brother, and his uncle are meant to spend the rest of their life in prison, and that I find quite abhorrent. And look, obviously, we've got Thomas Sarinsky seeing the car being pushed by a shirtless Bobby Dassey. Is it Bobby Dassey? Is it one of his friends? Or somebody that's helping out. Who is this fella with the grey beard, the 60-year-old, about 6 foot tall? Is he some hired henchman from Thomas Kusurek and Dennis Vogel? As I say, I'm not too worried about the delay in Kathleen Zellner filing her latest motion. I think she's got plenty to talk about. And as I say, for me, this is huge. I don't see how the state are possibly going to explain Wiegert's affidavit that they found a bloodied object. Even him and Fassbender must realize the likelihood is that then would be the murder weapon. Anyway, as usual, let me know what you think. I must crack on, but hopefully in the next week or two, things will start to calm down a bit for me, and we can get back to some more regular videos. I've still got to finish off the Fall of Ken Kratz, but I'm savoring every moment of that one, because that's absolutely superb to see this depraved individual going through the hell that he went through. And yes, I must admit, I am tonight going to be doing a live chat with some of the video folk, the Speedway folk, the ones that do the videos, and also the wife of a Speedway rider, a top Speedway rider, who has got, the Speedway rider itself has got on the back of his leathers, Mrs. Piper is the boss, which is absolutely brilliant. But anyway, more about that later. If you're around about 8 o'clock this evening, that'll be then. In the meantime, oh yeah, and the following week, I'm hoping to chat to a couple of retired Berwick legends, and one that's still riding. But the one that's one of the ones that's retired, actually got in touch with me about making a murder, and then pointed out that he's also a retired speedway rider. Well, I knew the guy because he was such a famous rider, but it was great that he got in touch with me with regard to making a murder. It just shows the spread of this phenomenon known as making a murderer, and the wrongful conviction of Stephen Avery, Brendan Dassey, and the lack of truth and justice for Teresa Hallbach. Anyway, as usual, I'm sure you'll put your comments below, and I look forward to seeing them. Thanks very much. Bye for now.